blogging with yardedge.net. Today we are in the Lower East Side of New York City, where a dear friend of mine, Sean John, recently opened, earlier this year, he opened a restaurant named Spur Tree Lounge. And we're going to be talking to him about his lounge, when he opened, what he does there, what kind of vibe you can expect to find there, the food, everything you need to know so you can run on down here the next time you're in New York. Come on! Sean John wears many hats as a filmmaker, photographer, music producer, entrepreneur, and world traveler. His latest venture, Spur Tree Lounge, is actually named after Spur Tree Hill in Jamaica, a mountainous region on the outside of Mandeville, overlooking steep winding roads and gorgeous panoramic views of the parish of St. Elizabeth, which stretches out towards the Caribbean Sea. So where does the tree in the logo come from?
So you want to know where this photograph is from?
Yes.
So this photograph is actually from Ethiopia. I was working with UNICEF in Ethiopia in 2005, and was traveling down south, close to the border with Kenya, and saw this big, beautiful tree. And when I came back to New York 2 years later, at a restaurant, I'm like, I need a big tree for this logo, and voila, there's Spur Tree. And it's a beautiful tree with a guy living right underneath it, going in, and it kind of pulls people in too. You pass by the window and see this huge tree, you're like, whoa, what the hell is that? You know, like, so this is the Spur Tree.
Describe your vision or what you wanted to create with this space.
I want to create a cozy space. It's basically Jamaican but modern and light and eclectic. And that's it, basically. It's very simple, not too. Just a clean, simple space. That was my vision. With good atmosphere, good music, good people.
And you always wanted it to be about the atmosphere? Did you start off as a restaurant, or did you evolve into a restaurant?
We started off more as a lounge and then got more into the restaurant. But there's always food involved from day one.
And before you had sort of appetizers?
It was the most appetizers, like just 4 or 5 things, and then started to make like probably 12.
Okay, and it's full service?
And it's full service.
Okay, so when did you launch? When did you open the place?
We opened the place officially on March 18th of this year, but I had a space from January.
So tell us about how it's been so far since you opened. What's been the good stuff? What's been the not so good stuff? What's worked? What hasn't worked?
What's worked? It's been basically a positive experience since you opened. You get a lot of love from the press, friends, family. It's a lot of word of mouth, and it's just a lot. It's 24 hours, and so it's a lot of physical time. You're in the space all the time, and there's always stuff to do.
Right.
There's not really any drawbacks. It's a new business. You really like it, so I don't mind the hours and don't mind the time because I want it to work and it's working.
Right.
So it's not so like, okay, this is good and that's so putting me on. Everything seems to be pushing me.
But there's a lot of blessings too in that you're surviving on word of mouth, which is the ultimate stamp of approval, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the ultimate validation.
Yeah, New York is a tough place.
It's a tough place and you don't have to make a marketing budget.
Yeah, and you have a zillion choices to go to.
What kind of music do you have? Do you play?
We play a lot of reggae, but it's like eclectic mix. So we play like Brazilian, African, Euro. It's always good music. Yeah, world reggae. Well, mostly reggae.
And do you ever clear out the space sometimes for people to put you down?
All the time. So basically like a dinner dance kind of place. You'd come around, come with a DJ, end up moving the tables out at night, and it becomes a big dancing,
very cool.
Club type vibe.
And tell us a little bit about your DJs, because there's something special about the DJs here at Spur Tree Lounge.
A lot of DJs are women and they're gorgeous. Well,
absolutely gorgeous.
That spins on a Saturday night, but most of that is women. Belinda, Tony K, and Trish. Yeah, it's a coincidence we always have these women coming to you.
So you didn't do it on purpose?
No, it's not on purpose, but they're good.
And I bet that's added to the word of mouth thing
totally,
too, because it's become that thing, that niche thing that people can say about the place.
Definitely.
And who's your executive chef here?
Chef Paul. A fantastic, really good chef actually. Good guy.
And he was with you from the beginning, right?
Yeah, basically.
Did he create all the dishes, or?
The thing is, we kind of collaborated together. So I kind of said, we need this, and then he comes up with the sauce. Like I said, jerk lamb chop, he goes fine, and that kind of crust on it. And I said, jerk salmon, and then we just kind of, so we narrowed it down.
So you worked out what would complement what?
Yeah. And then we narrowed it down to like, it's like 5 things, but really tight.